prediction time. How does this fight end?
This fight's gonna end in suffocation.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Encinas Unfiltered. We are informed, unfiltered, in a match. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Today we have a special interview with Chris Chapa. Chris is an amateur MMA fighter, boasting an MMA record of 5-1. He is the former 559 Fights super lightweight champion, but he never lost a bout in a fight, and he will tell you that. Chris is coming off a decision win at 559 Fights 113 versus Michael Ramirez. He will be fighting this Saturday, May 23rd, live from the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton, California, versus Brandon Arvalo at A1 Combat Prospect Series for the lightweight title. You can catch the show on A1 YouTube channel, and the MMA starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Chris, welcome back to the show.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you for having me. It's always a good time talking to you. And everyone go and follow Encinas Unfiltered. He puts on a great podcast. And he always puts some good content together. So go and follow him on Instagram at Encinas Unfiltered.
Thanks, man. You didn't have to do
All good.
that. So it's been about a year and a half since I had you on the show, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm good. In a different city. My whole lifestyle pretty much changed over the past year or so. I'm living in, San Jose, California right now. So, as good as it can be, it's expensive out here, that's for
Oh, I
sure.
bet. I
Yeah,
bet.
bro. It's expensive out here.
So you did say you changed a new city, and I also know that you changed a new gym as well. Do you want to kind of talk about that?
Absolutely. So, yeah, I got my career job out here, had to take the opportunity. And once I got it, I had to just make some changes and, pretty much ship off to San Jose, like literally a couple weeks after my last fight.
Right.
So literally after that fight, I was looking at places, apartments and stuff. And within the next couple weeks, literally, my fight was April 19th. I was literally in a new apartment like the 26th of April.
Wow.
So in San Jose. So but everything's been good. Yeah, I ended up switching gyms because pretty much had to, I can't drive to Madera every day. But yeah, I'm at Wildcat MMA, actually Wildcat Boxing Academy. But that's just the name of the gym. They are strict on boxing, but they are also strict on MMA as well. They put on a good jiu-jitsu criteria,
Mhm.
and they do some Muay Thai as well, which is really good. We have really good coaching there. Coach Murph, Coach Alex, really good coaches, both black belts. But yeah, I was kind of bouncing around at the beginning, a couple different gyms. I went to Andong's MMA, which is a really good gym, really good gym. It's just the commute back and forth, like
Right.
right after work, it was just like it just took forever, and then by the time I got there, I had to, like, wait, a couple hours to, like, wait for practice, and I was just chilling in my truck, just, like, relaxing because I had already worked out in the morning, did my
Mhm.
cardio, and did all that good stuff, and so I was just waiting in my car for a couple hours, waiting for practice to start, and then the drive all the way back to San Jose is just a little too much, so I wanted to find something closer, but went there, went to Fight Craft for a while. I was there for a bit, and then they kinda cut the MMA program for a while because there's no coach. So I
Mhm.
bounced from there, and then I pretty much found Wildcat. I kinda met a couple people at a local UFC gym here. It's, like, connected to, like, the mall that's out here. It's,
Okay.
the Oak Ridge Mall. It's, like, off of, Santa Teresa Boulevard, but, it's a UFC gym, so I kinda met a couple people there when I first got out here and, kinda getting the spill of, like, what gyms are pretty popular out here, like, everyone knows AKA,
Right.
so I just heard it wasn't the same as it used to be,
Mhm.
so that was probably the last place I wanted to go, um so I just kind of went from there. But my experience at Wildcat has been really solid out here. Really great people, good training partners. The coaching is phenomenal. So that's pretty much why I stayed. I love my old gym in Madera.
Yeah.
Um, Always respect to them and my guys out there, and I see them still doing well. But yeah, it's just maybe one
Right.
day we'll reunite. So
Yeah. And I kinda like I said, I just kinda wanted to clear the air on that because I think sometimes when people say, "Oh, they left the gym," and it's like, well, sometimes work kinda like, you gotta make money too, and you gotta do what you
yeah.
gotta do, and it's not like it was a breakup per se, it was more of a, "Hey, I have an opportunity for my career." and I'm gonna go do it, and this is where I'm at. And I think it's still good that you still have that relationship there. I mean, come on, you know all these guys since we were little kids, so it's not like
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
like anything changes. No, I think everyone understands. So, um,
Absolutely.
next, I kind of want to get into. So, last time you were on the show, you were 3-1. Now you're at 5-1. Um, so, looking back from the first interview, what's changed the most about you as a fighter in this last year and a half?
What changes most about me is just, being a little bit more disciplined on, my training, like my holes in my game, just like what I'm good at, what I'm bad at, and kind of, what I'm good at, just kind of like ease off a little bit, not too much, and let's focus on the stuff that we need to fill. Like my striking, um, and my jujitsu, really, So I was focusing on mainly those key factors in my game. um, I feel like just doing that alone got me a lot better, focusing on that, but, like, still not leaving out the wrestling portion, obviously, you gotta grapple regardless, especially, if you meet a really good striker and he's touching you up a little bit, you might have to change up the game plan a little bit, um, and always keep that area sharp, but, yeah, just focusing on those key factors in my game really helped me out a lot, as as far as change. I feel like my mentality too, just being out here by myself in a new city,
Mhm,
um, it's kind of hard to stay motivated at times, especially when it's so expensive. It's always got to just stay strong and, everything's going to be all good. Everything's going to be okay. You just got to just do what you got to do, put your head down and put your foot on the gas pedal and, just keep tugging along. But, I feel like my mentality's grown a lot, especially like when it comes to motivation.
mhm,
Um, I definitely picked that up a lot. And then I'd probably say, um, like just being calm.
mm,
I feel like, you know, being a young amateur fighter, um, I was just a little too hesitant. And I feel like I always want to like just go, 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 especially in certain positions. When it's not usually like that, sometimes it is, but like when you're in a good position, right? You don't always have to go, go, go and find the next position. You can always, secure that position and just take it slow, take your time,
mhm,
and then move from there if needed. But you really don't always have to change positions all the time, especially when you're in a good spot. So I feel like that's one big thing that I noticed about myself, especially as a fighter. You don't always have to change positions all the time, especially when you're in a good spot. So don't always feel like you need to switch it up.
So your discipline, I guess I would say, has been improved, exponentially compared
Yeah.
in the last year and a half. I kinda wanna talk about your last 2 fights real quick. Which performance would you say really elevated your confidence? I mean, you can also think about all of the fights in general if you want to as well, but, um, yeah, do you have, like, one performance in mind that you said, "Oh, yeah, this really boosted my confidence?"
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I would probably say, like my loss, really,
Okay.
I know we've talked about it before, but I feel like my loss pretty much put me in the position to like, I had no choice but to boost my confidence. It's like,
Mm,
I don't know, a lot of people get discouraged and they'll take their losses like, damn, like, now I can't get hit like that ever again, or like something like that will happen, or maybe my striking's not good, that's why I got dropped, like, I don't know, like, who knows what's going through people's heads, but I feel like that loss alone, like, just turned me into a completely different fighter, especially in my stand-up game, and, like, my awareness. I know my awareness is going like, in that moment was terrible. I should have known where I was at and, it's and, like, didn't change. I shouldn't have changed my position right before that incident happened. Like,
mm.
right before I got knocked down, like I was in good position, I held my ground, and I pretty much like just felt like I needed to go, go, go. But things happen. But anywho, I feel like that loss pretty much changed the whole, like, critique of my fight game.
Do you think the biggest growth for you has been physical or mental?
I would probably say a little bit of both, mainly the mental part of it. I feel like
Mm,
physical, like you always need to grow, especially in the sport. You know, you can't just stay the same physically. You'll get dominated if people are just outgrowing you physically. So I believe that is a factor that has gotten a lot better for me, especially just being strict on my diet, lifting, and training, and and completing those holes in my game that I need to. Um, but, like, the mental game too is a huge part of it, like, the sport takes a toll on you,
mm,
and it's pretty gruesome, sometimes, like, especially fight camps, like, you go through fight camps, you're going through absolute hell, especially when you're cutting weight, um, so the mental aspect has to be strong in that area because if just like wrestling, you know, you're cutting weight and you're still, like, trying to be there physically. It's tough, it's very tough. So, I feel like your mental has to be there in order to do the physical parts, you know?
mm.
So, if your
Yeah,
mental is not there, then you're not gonna be able to compete physically, depending on what you're doing, right? But either or, if your mental's not there, you're not gonna be able to do whatever it is you're doing. So, I feel like, being out here and like I said, I don't wanna talk about it again, but the lifestyle change up
yeah,
and everything that was going on, my mental had to be straight, you know,
right.
or I would probably be lost. Who knows?
So you
But
would say that this, change of scenery has really mentally matured you as a person as far as, like, with everything in your life? Like, not just fighting, but also, like, your personal life?
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's huge. There's a lot of other things that come with it as well. Like, I do have a lady in my life.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
so I do.
ladies.
Sorry, ladies. I do have a lady in my life. We've been dating for quite some time. And she's away from me, so, like, we only see each other on the weekends. Like, when I was back home, we're seeing each other all the time. But, like, me coming out here and, changing scenery and stuff, it's like I don't see my family, I don't see my lady,
Right.
I don't see anybody, unless it's the weekends, right? I'll go back into town and say what's up to everyone, mainly spend time with the lady, and if I have some time, spend time with the parents and
Mhm.
some friends if I can, but yeah, so it is tough mentally, going through that, especially, when you try to keep a relationship strong.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so there's a couple things that
Well,
that's
it's
definitely
a mean
tough.
it's a means to an end, and I think
Yeah,
you're doing what's best for you and for your family in the future, so and I
yeah,
think she understands that, and your family and your friends understand that as well. Well, they should at least.
yeah. No, for
But
sure. She's a warrior for understanding as well.
right.
So
Um, so I kinda wanna shift the questions a little bit. I think a lot of people don't really understand how hard it is to be an amateur fighter. What would you say is the hardest part of being an amateur fighter that fans never see?
you're not getting any handouts. You're not getting no
Mm,
handouts unless you go out and you get some sponsorships. You got to do it yourself. They're not just gonna come to your front door and be like, "Hey, like we want to sponsor you. Here's $200." You have to go out and do the hard work, and pretty much introduce yourself to everyone
yeah,
and go from there, right? And like they're gonna want to know what you're doing. You let them know, give them the spill, and if they want to sponsor you, then they can, however they want to, and you should appreciate it. But so that's one thing. That's one way of like making some of your money. But you have to still represent them as well, right? Because you gotta put their logos and support them as well because that's what they're paying for. They're paying for their product to get out there and vice versa. So that's all hard work. You got to get shirts done, put the logos on the shorts,
mhm,
banner, whatever it may be, right? So that's one part. Like people aren't doing it for you. Nobody's paying for your hotel stay
oh,
if you need to
man,
stay in the hotel. No one's paying for your travel fees. Um, no one's paying for your food. No one's cooking your food. Like,
right,
um, there's just a whole bunch of things behind it really, and you gotta pay for that as an amateur, no one's gonna hook you up and just do it all, out of their generosity,
Right.
unless mom and dad come in clutch and
Right.
like, "Hey, I got you." Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it gets pretty pricey, especially medicals as well. You gotta pay
Ooh,
medicals every year. Um, so that can get pricey, especially if you don't have insurance. You gotta buy your license every single year.
wow.
You have to do your blood work, which is 80-ish dollars.
Mhm.
I believe it's more when you get to the pros. It's like $1,000 in fees.
Wow.
So yeah, just about. So a lot of people try to get sponsors for that. But yeah, I think was it to complete my physical. Um, I think it was like a $30 copay or $30 copay or something like that to get my physical done, but
So you have
for other
insurance, right?
yeah, I have insurance,
Right.
so that's the thing. It would be a lot more, but,
Right.
yeah, so
Wow.
all those things come into play. Um, yeah, being an amateur fighter is tough. You're not getting no handouts, and you still have to pay your bills, especially if you live alone.
Yeah. So, any of you guys that are out there that want to be an amateur or become a pro fighter eventually, but are going to go start as an amateur fighter, kind of keep those things in mind. Financially, it's tough, is what it sounds like. So, would that be
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
Absolutely. Financially, it can take a financial burden on you as well, and, you're gonna be exhausted because you still have to find time to train
Right. Wow.
multiple times a day.
Um, what drives you more right now? Proving people wrong or proving yourself right?
Uh, I don't know, man, just being away from everybody, I would say, like, I don't know what anyone's talking about, I don't know, I can care less about what anyone's saying, like, about me.
That's
If,
fair.
if like, in regards to, like, proving anyone wrong, if they are saying crap back there, like, "Oh, chop it, whatever, whatever to whatever," it's like, "Okay, well, it is what it is," but I just wanna
Yeah.
prove myself I guess I just wanna prove myself right and that I can do this, like, I'm not just some guy that just, like, sees all his buddy doing the sport and makes it seem like, "Oh, and that's why he wants to fight because his buddies are doing it or whatever. Because 'cause
Mm.
I've heard that before. It's annoying. Um, yeah. So
The
it's like
haters, bro. The haters.
yeah, see, I've heard that before, it's like,
Oh
man,
man.
like, that's not why I do it, like, little do you know, like, maybe I got some motivation from them, but that's not why. That is definitely not why. But,
You're like, my name's been Tuffy for a reason, all right?
bro, yeah, dude. No, because I think it's because people see me as like a football player, baseball player, baseball player
Right.
guy, whatever. Because I did play college football, and
You
so it's
you were a
like,
pretty good
oh,
football player. You were a pretty good football player. Let's not
I was pretty legit.
sell
Yeah, I
yourself
was
so
pretty good.
short. You're really good, so
Yeah. Sometimes I don't get credit, but I appreciate it. So that's a lot of people see me as that figure, and it's like, um, hopping in MMA, it's like, okay, well, like this guy's probably just doing it because his buddies are doing it. It's like, not necessarily. But
right.
anywho, it's just like wanting to prove myself right. As far as like, I can actually do this stuff. Like I was born to do this type of stuff. Like I've wrestled for a really long time. Like
Mhm.
I've always been a tough kid. I started it, so let's finish it type of thing. And I want to tell myself that I'm able to still do that. You know,
Yeah.
because I'm not old.
How do you stay mentally locked in, balancing life outside the cage with fight camp?
I would say, talking to my lady, she always motivates me. Um, and try to stay locked in even when I'm cutting weight. And sometimes, that takes a toll because like I'm hungry and I get like aggravated sometimes and she knows how to calm me down,
Mm,
so it's like that's one good way. And then like I like getting lost like when I go out and go for a run, I'll go
mhm,
out and go for a run. It's a nice scenery out here. Like where I live, like you could see the mountains and stuff,
mm,
especially when you're on a high peak. Um, I like this trail that I go on. It's like they call it Communication Hill. Um, it's probably like a 5-minute run from here, I would say. Like South San Jose. Once you get to the top of that hill, though, there's like houses and stuff up there, but there's like trails and stuff. Like
mhm.
once you get up there. you get like a breath of fresh air. You could see the mountains, like you can see like the entire part of South San Jose from up there. Um, it's super nice. Once I get up there, I kind of just get lost and think of, a lot of good things and, just kind of relax. I feel like that helps me out a lot too, staying like mentally like locked in.
Mhm.
Because I try to do that at least once or twice a week. When I have the time for it. Um, like right now, I'd be up there usually. But yeah, no, talking to my lady, going and getting lost in my runs. Um, that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing that I like to do as well, like, um, I mentioned it, I think in our last time we talked about it. I like to manifest too. I like
Mhm.
to listen to like, manifestation videos and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I haven't done it quite as much, but like when I do listen to it, it's mainly at night, like when I'm about to get ready for bed.
Mm.
Um, and it usually calms me down and relaxes me and stuff like that. So that's another thing that really helps me out too. It kind of puts me to bed as well. So that's
That's
what I
your
usually like
that's
to
your
do.
ASMR, huh?
Yeah, bro. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's just like something soothing.
Heck,
Yeah, it kind of gets the brain locked in.
next I wanna get into your fight. So, you I kinda said this at the beginning, it's funny, but so you never lost your title, right, at 559 Fights, and now you're
Nope.
fighting for gold at A1 Combat. Does this fight feel bigger than your previous fights?
Uh, I would say so. I think it's more of like the promotion, like,
Yeah,
the prospect series, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, what does that even mean? Like, like is everyone on this card like prospects for like the next level or, like what is it, But
that's how I
they're making it
interpreted
se
it.
yeah, that's what I was assuming, and I was like, okay, like it should be a card full of prospects that are ready to go to the next level type of thing. So, um, that's pretty much what I thought when I accepted the fight. I feel like
But
it is bigger
mhm,
because, new environment, new scenery. Not like going to Visalia, which still considers the Central Valley. Like it doesn't feel like home. You know what I mean? It's the platform's bigger. I feel like A1 Combat. Uriah Faber, stuff like that. The ties with the UFC and all that. A
right,
lot of good fighters come out of A1 Combat. They go a big time. So. I'm not knocking 559. 559 is great, but I feel like this time around, give me like they gave me a title shot after I've been off for a year and a month, and it's not like they just wanted to fill out the card, you know what I mean? Like they saw something there and they wanted me to be a part of it. So, I thought this would be a good time to showcase my talent and let them know like I'm the guy for the job,
right.
So, yeah, I think just, going to 155s, fighting the guy that, has been a champion. I think he was the Camo State champion too.
Mhm.
Um, so I definitely feel like it's a bigger fight, just, because his accolades, he's beaten a lot of good fighters. Um, you know, so I feel like this fight going in is a lot bigger as well, especially for exposure.
Yeah, I mean, he's ranked 13, I think, is what I had told you before we started this. Um, and also, I think just being in the Bay Area, it gives you bigger eyes, it gives you a fresh audience. It's gonna
Yeah.
give you a lot more different opportunities maybe that you didn't see. And I love 559 Fights too. I mean, I didn't know about it until, like, you and Fabian and some of the other guys that I met. But it's I think being in a bigger city kinda will just give you more of an opportunity, and especially if you're fighting this this guy who's pretty good. I mean, call a spade, right? He's pretty good, and
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I think that if you were able to go in there and make a statement, then that would really help boost everything that it is that you wanna do in your career, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
But with that being said, what statement are you trying to make in this fight?
So the statement I'm trying to make going into this fight is, Central Valley has guys. Central
Yeah.
Valley has dudes. We're not just wrestlers out there. I know they think of Central Valley like, oh, they got some good wrestling out there, which is true. There's a lot of badass wrestlers there in Central Valley. Even going, down south. Um, you got some good wrestling there, but nothing better than Central Valley, California, that's for sure. That's for sure. But, I wanna make a statement and, let them know that, the guys from out there can squabble too, and guys that fought for blood fights. Because 'cause I've heard this before, I can't remember when, is that we're spoon-fed. We're spoon-fed out there, giving title shots. Yeah, I've heard that,
That's
you
wild.
know yeah, so I was like, "Okay, well, we're gonna see, basically, 559 champ versus the A1 combat champ, toe to toe, so we'll see, we'll see what's up."
Yeah, wow. That's wild. I've never heard that before, but I mean, you're more
Yeah.
in the space than I am, so that's interesting. It's like you guys are just doing with what you can, and whether, you guys are presented with opportunities and you take your opportunities, and that's it.
Right.
If they put
Yeah.
someone in front of you, you say yes or no, depending on if you have work or you're hurt or whatever, right? It's not like they're picking and choosing. It's like, "Oh, hey, like, you have 3 wins, you have the pads off, okay, I think you're ready for a title shot." And
Yeah.
this is who you're gonna fight, and you're gonna see where you're at really quick. And
Yeah.
those are just because those are the guys that are here, and those are the guys that are willing to throw down. I mean,
Right.
that's what it is. It's just whoever's willing to throw down can throw down. The
Absolutely.
cat you're fighting has fought in 559 fights before too, I believe. So
Right. Yeah, I
so
think I think he did a couple other promotions, and then,
yeah,
I think 3 fights with A1 Combat or something.
yeah. What version of Chris Chapa are fans about to see?
I would say more of a well-rounded fighter. My striking's gotten better, my ground game's gotten a lot better.
Mhm.
Wrestling, you always touch up, whatever holes you have in there, but, my wrestling's strong right now. Um, so they're gonna see a well-rounded style. They're gonna see a little bit of, throwing down for sure. Um, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch. There's gonna be some fireworks there for sure, especially for my hands and, everything else. I got a lot of tools, so I don't wanna
Y
expose them all, but
right, right. It was like,
I don't wanna expose them all, but, yeah, no, it should be fun. I would say they're gonna see a relaxed and, very well-rounded Chris Chapa going in there. It's gonna be fun.
so next I'm gonna kinda, shift this into, like, your future or your career vision. I believe I asked you some of these questions before, but I kinda just wanna follow up and ask you some of these again. How close do you feel to turning pro?
How close do I feel to turning pro? Actually, this was like, you know, the moneymaker. This one really. After this fight, see where I'm at. But I was thinking right after this one, um, or potentially that other title shot. I think there's gonna be like a July card. I would say May, June, July, or August. I'm assuming
Mhm.
August at Eagle Mountain. 509 fights. Israel. If you want to run that back,
Woo!
165. Um, I would be willing to do that for my last amateur fight, but
Ooh.
it just depends. It just depends, right? Like cards have to stack up. Um, so I believe it was after this one I was gonna get ready to go pro. But if they wanted to make that fight happen in August, I believe, when they have that card, then I might lean towards it. So I think that'd be
Well,
cool.
that would definitely be interesting. I do believe I will have him on here pretty soon because I can maybe ask him. I think that'd be a good fight. I'm interested to see it. Next question I got for you is, what is the ultimate goal for Chris Chapa in MMA?
The ultimate goal is, to go pro. I definitely want to go above and reach those expectations. Um, I want to see what I got at that next level. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, oh, I'm gonna chase UFC gold because then that's just me being unrealistic. I'm just taking it one day at a time, one opportunity at a time. I just want to get better. I want to learn the sport. I want to, pick people's brains that have been doing it for a long time and learn what I can from it. So definitely go pro. Fight as a pro, um, and then just go from there. If opportunities arise, then we'll talk more about that when those opportunities come. But
So that's kind of like your 2 to 3 year plan. That is
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that's what's
So,
gonna happen. And we'll go from there.
what kind of legacy are you trying to build for yourself?
For myself, like, I don't have any kids or anything like that, but I do wanna start a family. Um, I pretty much wanna show, my unborn children, like, who their dad was before he became a dad, type
Mm.
of thing, you know? Um, and I wanna, like, just keep putting on for my last name. Um, letting people know that Chapa is just not a baseball family name, it's just like we can do, other things too, we can squabble, but um yeah, I don't know, just leave a legacy with my last name, just continue my grandpa's legacy, what he left, and kind of venture off with it for the most part. But yeah, just show my family that I got what it takes and go from there.
When your amateur career is over, what do you want people to remember about this chapter?
Ooh, that hit home right there.
Um,
Uh, yeah. Um, Lots of sacrifices, a lot of it too is you're gonna get put in a lot of deep holes. You're gonna swim in some really deep waters, and only the strong can get out of them, you know? Um, so I feel like I've been in that position multiple times, and I don't know. I feel like just pushing myself to that next level got me out of those holes, and I was able to find myself and go above and beyond, and um, you know, create a like I don't know. I would say create like a stamp for myself on like how strong I can be in specific moments, you know. Um, but I would say, yeah, amateur is definitely tough, especially when you get put into pretty crappy positions, and just got to find a way to get out of them. I would say, um, but just know that I was able to climb in, fight through the darkness, and then climb back out and move on and turn the page.
yeah. Yeah, and I would say from my perspective, I've seen a lot of growth. That's something that I've recognized in you from when you fought Fabian versus when I saw you at the fights when Kyle was fighting, to then, just texting you back and forth versus today. I've seen a lot of growth from when you were here living here than when you were in San Jose.
Yeah.
And not just your availability either. But I mean, as far as, like, you as a person, it seems like you really got your shit together and you're kinda just, like, grinding, you know what I mean? It's different. I
Yeah,
don't know how to explain it, it's different.
for sure.
It's like an aura thing. It's different. It's a good thing, but it's different. Uh,
Absolutely.
who's the toughest opponent you faced so far?
Um, I would say the toughest opponent I've faced so far, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like it would have been Fabian, to be
Really?
honest.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, he's a tough cat for sure. That boy could take some hits. I've had some tough opponents, like Michael is, oh man, that boy's tough too. He's tough. He's strong. Tyler Saley, that boy, oh my gosh, his strength is unreal. But I would say like a full, like, well-rounded fighter, like, that's good in every aspect of the game, I would have to say Fabian. And he was just, we still had shin guards on. We still had shin
Yeah.
pads, but like I already knew, like, once, we make those growth steps, like, who we're gonna become. And I felt like out of everybody, I would say he would mm, probably be the one that came out legit. Like, yeah, because his boxing was solid, his he had a pretty firm stance, and he's kinda hard to hit, but, he has a good base for wrestling, his
Mhm.
defense is good, he has good hips, he has big legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really test his his jujitsu game or anything like that, um, but I don't know, I feel like he was a champ for a reason too, you
Right.
know? So,
Bro,
um
his head when he sees this is gonna be so big. His head's gonna be so big when he sees this.
He's a good cat, bro. what is it? I feel like, I don't really know him personally like that, but, like, I feel like he has a good head on his shoulders, and I feel like his work ethic is probably phenomenal. I feel like he could have been really good.
Yeah, he's very good people. I'll tell you that. I usually try to keep good people around me. He's very good people. That's
Yeah.
one thing I'll say. Like you, your family, and like Fabian, and there's a couple other people that I've met that I'm just like, you guys are solid. Like Enoch too, fucking solid, dude. Solid people. It's hard
Yeah.
to find solid people, dude. What's one thing MMA fans completely misunderstand about fighting?
All the hard work that's put in. A lot of hard work that's put in, and I'm gonna make this known right now that just because you're 260 does not mean you can oversize any MMA fighter that's smaller than you and just think that you can just beat the crap out of them. It
Larry
doesn't
Wheels.
work that way. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, I hear it so often, man. It's so funny because I always mess with people too, especially like bodybuilders, right? But yeah, no, there's just different levels, different sets of skills that like you don't have. Like, yeah, you could if you get a hold of me, you're gonna toss me around, whatever, but
Yeah.
like that's if you get a hold of me.
How different is the real Chris Chapa from the fighter people see online?
Um, I don't know. I feel like, you know, as a fighter, like I'm still really chill, really nonchalant. Like I'm a good person, like all around. It's just different. Like your mentality just has to change when you're about to step up to the plate.
Right.
Like you have to go to a place, and a lot of people don't understand this, but you have to put yourself into a place of like vulnerability. Um, and just like hate the person that you're gonna go up against. Like you have to just like do everything in your power to just not like this person because you can't go in there liking this guy. It's like you're not gonna want to hit him as hard. But you know, at that point in time, like I'm not a chill guy anymore. But I definitely change as far as like my emotions.
Mhm.
Um, I definitely go to a dark place. But outside of it though, like I feel like I know how to control it really well. But like outside of it, super chill guy, super humble. And that's just pretty much how I've been for quite some time. The sport really turned me into that, honestly. I've been an athlete all my life. I've been through multiple sports, and a lot of it did have growth on me as well, but not as much as this sport.
Mm.
I feel like it allowed me to control my emotions a lot more and become just like a much more calmer person. But yeah, so that's probably what I would say is like the fighter, um, is same way, chill, nonchalant. But once it's that time, you just got to go to a dark place, and you might not like me at that time being, but once it's all over, said and done, it will be calm and chill again.
What motivates you on days when you don't wanna train?
Phew. That is a lot of time. Bro, oh my gosh, especially when you're cutting. Um, I just like, smelling salts and
Hey.
smelling salts, and like good music. Good
Mm.
music, music that I have my own fight playlists. Um, so I'll just throw the volume up and hit some smelling salts, and I'm ready to go. Like, it is what it is. But I also think towards like my competition as well. It's like, okay, like what are we here for? What are we doing? How are we gonna go do it? All right, let's get the show on the road and let's go get this money, and we're gonna feel a lot better afterwards.
Right.
So once that music comes on and the smelling salts kick in, oh, we're ready to go.
Who is your dream opponent? It could be all time, dead or alive.
Shoot, my dream opponent?
Just
Damn.
one. I just want one.
Just
I
one?
know there's a lot. I just want one.
Oh,
There's if
that's
anybody you
tough.
could fight anybody in your weight class,
Okay.
we'll say 155 because I
Oh,
think that's
that's
fair.
perfect. That's perfect. Dustin Poirier,
Wow, that'd be a good fight.
the
The
diamond, bro.
diamond, yeah.
Oh, bro. That is, yeah, that dude is. He's, like, one of the reasons why I, like, really invested into, like, the sport, like, I don't know, just his lifestyle growing up, like, his story, and just the person he became, like, through fighting, yeah, bro. Like, I try to I've always tried to hit him up on social media and be like, "Bro, like, dude, let's train one time. I'll go to your gym and train with you if I can." You know what I mean? Just accept me to go over there. Just reply back like, "Yeah, bro, come over." You know, it's like, "Oh, I'll be over there in a heartbeat." But I would say that would be like my dream opponent. Yeah.
You never know, man. You never know. As you see keep progressing, you might be able to find ways through some of these channels, and you might be able to have an opportunity, you know? You never know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
you gotta manifest it, right? You gotta manifest
Yeah.
it.
Gotta manifest it for
Um,
sure.
so next I got a couple fun this or that questions. So it's either gonna be this or that, and we'll just do rapid fire.
Yeah.
I'm kinda curious to see what you say. So,
Alright.
we just dropped our new hero and villain collab, so you know how to
Yeah.
ask you this question. Hero or
Absolutely.
villain?
Hero.
Um, coffee
Well,
or
in this
energy drink? Huh?
case in this case, I'm a villain because 'cause I'm taking that belt.
Oh, alright. Coffee or energy drinks?
Energy drinks.
Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out?
Ah, you did this to me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Oh, man. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Kendrick or Drake?
Ah, man. You know what? Imma have to go Kendrick, but sounds weird. I like Kendrick because he's real in his music, but I like Drake's music better, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Um, never use social media again or never watch sports again?
Social media, let's take that out.
Football or MMA?
Man.
I'm sorry, I know. I know, I
Yeah,
know.
that's tough, bro. Um, ooh, I would have to go man, bro.
I know, I do.
Ah!
I'm sorry, I know,
Well,
I know.
I'd have to say football, bro, because MMA is all year
Whoa.
round.
Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Well, I grew up in the LeBron James era, so Imma go LeBron.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild. Oh, man.
Yeah, I've never
Tom
really watched Jordan play.
Oh, man. You gotta watch his series that he has on Netflix, dude.
Imma have to.
It's good. Um, Tom Brady or Joe Montana?
Joe Montana.
Okay. Uh, if you had to play a video game, UFC or Madden?
Madden.
Would you rather have unlimited cardio or unlimited power?
Limited cardio.
Okay. Bearded Chris Chapa or clean shaven Chris Chapa?
Oh, man, bro, I've never had a beard, I don't even
Well,
know.
this, I mean, still something,
But
a little soul patch.
this
Would
ain't
you rather have
nothing.
this or nothing?
Mm, nothing. I'll go babyface, that's fine.
Would the 5-1 Chris Chapa beat the 3-1 Chris Chapa?
Absolutely.
Alright, I got 4 more questions for you before we close. 1, what would you tell the 3-1 version of yourself now that you're 5-1?
I would tell I would tell him just, calm down, calm down, be patient, don't force anything. Um, See the holes in your opponent's game and, visualize on what you're gonna do. Set up a solid game plan, like which is what I already do, but and just take it from there. But be patient and be calm while doing it, and don't be so hesitant. That was one thing too. Don't be so hesitant. Like I said, that also falls into be calm, right? It's like be calm. Don't be so hesitant about your tools. Like you trained, you did the dirty work. Now it's here. So do what you're taught, do what you learn, do what you're training for. Just don't be too like panicky. Like don't feel like you always like I mentioned this at the beginning of the podcast.
Mhm.
Just don't. be too flint or do like panicky to like change positions. Don't assume that you're just in a bad spot. Like you can be in a very good spot. It's just now you just gotta just calm down and just chill there. You can even get some air back, whatever, depending on where you're at, you know? Um, but don't feel like you always need to be in like a very dominant position because you don't, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I would tell myself as well. And always, also just one day at a time, just, fulfill your goals, take one training session at a time, and just continue to push yourself hard.
Do you feel like this fight could be your breakout moment?
I feel like it could. Yeah, I feel like it could. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of tools that I've been working on. Um, so I'm excited to showcase those. I'm excited to put it out there and, let everyone know that I still got it and more.
What does winning this next fight mean to you personally?
I feel like it's just putting a stamp on my amateur career. Um, fighting a guy that's, pretty legit, that's been around the sport for a while. He's older than me, he's in his prime. So, um, yeah, just, I've been training for this moment, all the blood, the sweat, the injuries, so I think it's bittersweet once you get in there and get the job done. Um, Such a great feeling. So it's gonna mean a lot to me once it's done, for
Mhm.
sure.
All right, the last question I got for you, it's prediction time. How does this fight end?
So this fight's gonna end with some suffocation, bro.
Oh.
Suffocation. This guy is he's gonna have to get me off of him, and that's not gonna happen. So that's what's gonna happen, bro. Whether I drop him with the punch and I ground and pound him and he's trying to get up, that's not gonna work. Or whether I take him down, you know, pressure him on the floor, he's not gonna get me off of him.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But I believe this fight's gonna end in suffocation.
I like it. Thank you again, Chris, for coming on to Encinas Unfiltered. Tell the people where they can follow you and check you out.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, cchapa224. That's my Instagram panel. I don't really use TikTok or any other media service too much. So just hit me up on Instagram. Like I said, cchapa224, and usually, you know, I'm on that every now and then. So I'll get back to you, whatever. But yeah, follow me, and then also don't forget to follow this guy, Encinas Unfiltered.
Every time, bro. Appreciate you. Uh, so his Instagram will be tagged and linked in the description. Until next time, thanks for coming on, brother, and allowing me to have the opportunity to speak with you today. And good luck this Saturday.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for having me, bro.
Peace.